All right, so good evening, everybody. Good evening. Um, I wanted to come by here and say this one thing, that freedom isn't free any longer here in the United States, and I want to be very careful. So I have some papers that I've written words on. I was going to say flashcards, but they're not flashcards. And then I was going to say word papers, but that's not even a word. So I have some papers that I've written some words that I am going to omit from speaking out of my mouth, just because the way that technology is being ran, it's able to pick up certain things. And then before you know it, boom, you're silenced, you're done, you're gone. And so I want to share that I have been labeled by Facebook, and I need you guys to share this everywhere, because like I said, it started first with Donald Trump, and it got some attention, but not enough. It just dwindled down, went away. They silenced him, kicked him off of a platform. And some people may say he needed to be silenced. And that's your opinion, and you're entitled to that opinion. But the problem that was seen in them silencing him is, if they can silence a president, nobody else is exempt. If they can silence the president of the United States, nobody else is exempt. So a lot of people were cheering, that along during that time, because of their, likes or dislikes towards the president. And then it started happening to certain politicians, and people thought that, well, they need to be silenced anyways, not ever realizing that I could be silenced. Regular civilians, we live in the most freest country in the whole entire world. We have amendments that protect our freedom of speech, just like we have amendments to protect other things, our rights to bear arms, our right to worship who we want to worship. So they labeled me. Facebook is what I'm saying. They labeled me. And I'm going to show y'all these words that I have written. Some people on Facebook want to know why I have not been on Facebook. You're about to find out why. But the problem here is, I refuse to be silent. I refuse to just sit down and allow any man, any spirit, whatever is happening, I refuse to be silent. I refuse to be bullied. I refuse to be controlled. I refuse to be manipulated. So I went on Facebook Live. Now, let me give you some backstory about what happened before I just jump right into it. January 19th of 2022. No, let me go back a little bit more. Sorry. February 14th of 2021. Some people that have been following me for a while know this. Some people do not know this. Some people have seen me, heard about me, and kept it moving, But February 14th of 2021, because I am a true speaker, my job, my God-given assignment is to fight against injustices. And I don't care if that's in the Black community, in the white community, in the church, in the White House. It doesn't matter. I do not discriminate. Injustice is just that, an injustice. Why? Hold on, you guys. An injustice is just that, an injustice. And forgive me for those on YouTube. I had a call coming in on Messenger. Why people call me a messenger, I have no idea. Nevertheless, February 14, 2021, there was a storm that hit Texas, and I went viral for blowing the whistle on how they had handled the whole entire situation, how people were dying, how people's power and electricity was chosen to be or selected to be shut off, how we didn't have power for 7 days. and the people right on the street above us had lights. The people behind us had lights. How the workers had been parked for hours, days without even going to assist and getting people out of their homes. People were freezing to death. They could not plug up their heart machines. They could not plug up their oxygen machines, whatever machines that they were on. There were families that were dying because they were poisoning themselves through carbon monoxide, trying to use grills to warm up their homes, getting water and drinking water out of the swimming pool. So I blew the whistle on that. Why? Because it doesn't matter. An injustice is just that, an injustice. And I don't care who doesn't like it. My job is to speak out against injustices. I have been in the community doing community work since 2006. So I have been, amongst those that have been victims of injustice on all levels, And my job as an ambassador of the kingdom of God is to fight against injustices. That is what the Bible tells us. Stand against it. Right what's wrong. Speak up for those who don't have a voice. Bring attention. So that's just who I am. My name is Dr. Tawanna Worlds. I am the truth speaker. I am also the disruptor. I don't mind. I'm bold. I'm courageous. Everything that I have gone through in life has prepared me for where I'm going. So I did a lot. Well, now I can go back to January. January 19th on my birthday of this year, right? They started messing with me back then because, of course, I went viral. They started deleting friends from my friends list. They started sending messages to my spam inbox so I couldn't get the messages. People wanted to know genuinely what was going on in Texas because it was not being reported on the mainstream media outlets. So they relied on somebody that was on the ground and that was going to give them the truth. They were reporting in the news that it was only 30 to 60 deaths when there was already 300 deaths. There was almost 1,000 people that died out here in Texas. So they started messing with me then. Started slapping me with copyright violations, even though I said, I don't own rights to any music. Started deleting videos, the whole 9 yards, interrupting the live while I was going live. Nevertheless, January 19th, and I continue to speak the truth. So I want to say that I continue to speak the truth regardless. Even after that, even before that, I was speaking the truth. I have always been a person that is either black or white. It is not gray. All sin is sin. All injustice is injustice. And it doesn't matter what community, what nation, what skin tone, what culture. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. And injustice is just that, an injustice in my book. And so they were nitpicking with me, but nevertheless, not on this type of level, right? So I continue to speak the truth. January 19th of 2022 comes, and it's my birthday. And I wake up that morning, there's a lot of people writing on my wall and saying happy birthday. One in particular was my sister, my blood sister. She said happy birthday, and then underneath there, my nephew, which is her son, commented, "Hey, auntie, love you." I responded, "Hey, nephew," just with a whole bunch of Y's, putting, exclamations on it, stretching it out like, "Hey, nephew, where you been? I ain't seen you. I love you. Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. I'm going to kick your butt. You better call me sometimes." That is exactly what I said. That is all I said. My post or my comment to my own nephew, my flesh and blood, was marked as violent speech or inciting violence. And I'm like, whoa, I instantly appealed it. They denied me. I took it to the highest of highest because they now have an appeal process where you can appeal it. And I said, hey, you guys went about this all wrong. I told my nephew that I was going to kick his butt. That was it, because he didn't call me. You can read the whole thread. You can see the whole conversation. You guys interpret it wrong. You guys need to restore my account, because now by this time, I'm not even able, even in the middle of a, let me show y'all this word. Even in the middle of a plan, okay? We still meeting virtually. That's how we connected. So because of that, my birthday, the day that I wanted to just, spend time with my peeps, virtual style, being that we're forced, to gather with people because of this. It's probably backwards, for you guys looking. Hopefully it's not. But it's, what we're in with an L added on to it, okay? That's what I'll say. So on my birthday, they banned me. They put a restriction on me. First time. Said that you are not allowed to post for 24 hours. You are not allowed to go in groups. And in groups, I'm a businesswoman. And a lot of my clients and customers have come through their platform. Before this, I had been telling, my clients and customers, friends and family, look, I'm transitioning, because I started seeing how they were censoring and what movements they were making, even over in Canada. People over there in Canada that begin to speak out and say things, truthful things. They were losing access to internet. They were losing access and being restricted from broadband of any kind. Just crazy. And I have a sister in Canada who was sending me what was going on, because people are saying, hey, we're being silenced. So I started directing traffic, having my own app built out so that I can keep in touch with not only my family and friends, but my clients. I'm a business woman, a business owner. I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I have multiple businesses and business pages that I run off of social media, right? So they blocked me, which greatly affected me. And I'm going to speak about it tonight because I haven't spoken about it, but it will no longer be a secret anymore. And the enemy will not be able to attack me anymore. Business-wise, household-wise, financially-wise, it really affected my house, my finances. It really affected. Why? Because most of my business is done from social media, especially with everything virtual. Been doing business for a very long time, for a few years, but really just took the initiative to make it real at the beginning of 2020, if you catch my drift, when all this stuff popped off. And so since many of people's were in their homes, no other where to go, most transactions were being done using social media platforms. So it greatly affected, especially after we announced we're going into a building, we're going into the community, we're getting ready to help those. And not that we haven't been helping those in the community, but now that we're in a state where the rules and mandates have been relaxed, we can go out and hit the streets. For 2 years, we've been helping and assisting people virtually, but now we can go back and hit the streets. We have a building to bring them to, especially the young people. I had shared with my audience, family, friends, clients, customers, what the Lord was putting upon my heart pertaining to the young people and the suicide rates, amongst the young people right now, and to go after them, because every adult was in a fight or flight mode, but one second, you guys. Everybody was in a fight or flight mode and just kind of forgot about the children. Just kind of forgot about the young people, how devastating this is for them. And so I was shown in a dream that it was time to go get the young people. And once a spirit has occupied a nation or nations of people, and for those that don't know what poverty is, I encourage you to go on my YouTube channel. I've done a great breakdown about poverty, what poverty is. It is a spirit that comes to occupy you, drive the previous tenant out, ruin you, destroy you, bring you to ruins, etc. Right? I never had that happen where it says my video is being paused over here on Instagram, you guys. So y'all know Instagram is also ran by Meta. So I'm trying to get this out. That's why I asked you guys to share it wherever. For those that are on YouTube watching me, I'm going live simultaneously. Right now, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and I'm doing it live on Instagram just to let everybody know what's been going on. So to bring you guys up, up to speed where we're at, after January 19th, they gave me a 30-day restriction. They pushed all of my content to the bottom of the feed, which greatly hurt me financially. And this was nothing more than an attack, especially after you have made a decision to go after a spirit that has plagued a generation and generations and nations for thousands of years. That's another level devil. Okay, so since it's like, okay, you're going to go after and you're going to set people free who's been in my clutches, then I'm going to loose the horde of hell against you. And literally, that's what happened using these spiritual wickedness in high places that own these platforms. So they said, I'm suppressing your information. You can't go in your groups, which means you can't teach in there. You can't post anything. You can't comment on anything, like anything. Cool. Waited till my restriction, and like I said, suffered greatly. So they gave me 30-day restriction, which my time would have been up on February 19th. So on February 19th, I go live. And some of you guys were on that live. It was being live streamed just 2 nights ago. And I titled it Business, Blueprints, and Billions. And all I got on that live and talked about, as I always talk about, is how to get out of this situation, that all hope is not lost, that what's on the inside of you is more powerful. And your mind is where your money is at. Don't let anybody tell you that, you can't get a job. Don't let anybody tell you that they're not hiring. Why? Because the value is on the inside of you. The value is in your vault, and you can create wealth from within using your experience, using your skills, using your passion, etc. So that's what we were talking about on the video. How to take your love for cooking and turn that into 6-7 figures. That's what I do as a business coach. I coach others to do what I've done. My targeted audience are those that are low income, middle class income, that come from impoverished backgrounds, etc. I am sent and called to fight against the injustices that have happened to particular people. So, of course, I knew it wasn't going to be no walk in the park. Nevertheless, I didn't think that I was going to be deemed a terrorist. Because on that video the other night, when I went to sleep and ended that video, and that video is on Instagram as well. Now, this is how I'm going to let you know that they strategically came for me, because I shared that video on Instagram, which is also ran by Meta. I shared it on YouTube. I also shared it on my Facebook business pages, and I shared it to my Facebook business groups. So if I was deemed a terrorist, or I had some type of speech in there related to terrorism, then all those other pages, all those other groups, all the other platforms, YouTube and Instagram, it would have been across the whole entire board. If I said something in there that was wrong, or that was, matching what they accused me of being, And I can take whatever they say about me. But this right here has me offended. I am going to fight. And I need help. I need help. You don't have to know me. If you can get a prayer through, I need a prayer through. I need support. I need encouragement, okay? Because I am going to fight. I will never, ever cave or go down to not nan devil or to not nan man. That's just period. Never. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't have a criminal record. And these are just some of the things. And like I said, I know it's probably going to be backwards on y'all end. But they told me that I was labeled a dangerous person. A dangerous person. They also told me that I was labeled as a criminal organization. A criminal organization. As well as a terrorist. A terrorist. That is offensive. I have been a law-abiding citizen. I mean, all my life. As a teenager, did I get into trouble being a teenager? Absolutely. I was caught joyriding in a stolen car. And me and some of my friends wanted ice cream back in Fresno, California. I was around 12 or 13 years old. And we took an ice cream off of the Palata man and ran. And they arrested us for burglary. In my adulthood, when my children's father escaped the halfway house and broke out and came to choke me because he thought I was cheating on him, I got away, went and told the parole officer where he was, took my auntie to go do what she needed to do, got to the house. The police was at my house looking for him. At my house. Took me to jail. Because he was found at my house without them talking to his parole officer or anything. Took me to jail for aiding and abetting a fugitive that had escaped from a halfway house. Accessory. Not aiding, it was accessory to aid and abet. That was dropped. But outside of that, those three things, because they can't scandalize me. They can't say that I've ever been a part of any type of crime. No, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I am a law-abiding citizen. I have put in my time serving this country, serving this nation, serving my community. You can't smear me like that. You can't call me a terrorist. You cannot call me a criminal organization. You cannot call me a dangerous person. Because I said this word, because I said that this was a plan. You know what else? Because I said this, I said at the height of this plan, you know what? A lot of people should have been taking the initiative to go on the inside of them and figure out what can I do to get me paid right now, today, and keep me paid tomorrow. And that's not by my own, thinking or my own belief. No. It's out in the news that gain of function and all kind of other stuff, transpired. That's not me saying that. That's something that they say from Congress. So I didn't say anything that was false. And what I want to tell you guys here on today is we are having our freedoms taken away from us. The freedom to communicate, the freedom to say, you know what? I might not feel like this. Or I might not, a whole entire platform. Snatch my whole entire platform. And I'm not going to name it because I'm just not. Because I spoke the truth about what was going on out here in Texas. Just removed. You're banned. This channel is gone. Arrivederci. Deuces. Peace out. Because you said some things that exposed a lot of what was going on. A lot of people didn't know what was going on in Texas until Dr. Tawanna spoke and showed what was going on. I need your help. What do I need your help with? I'm going to be one of the ones that fight. And how they've protected themselves is it's not a government entity. So you can't sue them. It's a private entity. When you signed, the agreement or the terms, you agreed for them to put their rules and stuff in place. No. I did not agree for you to label me something that I am not. I did not agree for you to call me something that I am not. You're talking about a legal citizen, a law-abiding citizen at that have served my communities and lessened the burdens of the government, helping pay people's rent, helping put food in children's mouths, helping to go out and eradicate violence and all that. And you label me that? And they may say, well, you know what? They cover it like this because they don't show everybody else that your account has been restricted or labeled as a criminal organization. But let me tell you how sneaky they are. They go to the people that are connected to me or follow me, and they say, would you like to unsubscribe, or would you like to unfollow or unfriend Dr. Tawanna Worlds? They put, tags, false information. This is false stuff that comes right from the news. I don't never take any satire websites and post anything satire-ish on my pages. Everything that I share comes from mainstream, because most people believe mainstream. So it comes from out of their mouth. And I'm being labeled this. Well, you know what? I'm willing to fight. I'm not willing to fight. I am going to fight. I don't know who else then sued them and been successful, but I am campaigning against this platform. Enough is enough. If we just keep sweeping this stuff under the rug and allowing it to happen passively, it will affect everybody. That's why somebody got to stand up now. And I need you guys to hold up my hands, support me, prayers, fight even financially. And I'm not asking you to give me no donation. I'm not asking you to give me not a single donation. If you feel led to do so, I will absolutely accept it. But if you don't, I have more than enough business services that will benefit you and anybody else. From business credit to learning to start your own business, to learning wisdom, to courses, materials. I got enough of that. And that's all I'm saying is support if you can in that manner, because it's going to take a lawyer that has heart and guts and huevos. Okay? It's going to take somebody to challenge them. It's going to cost, and that's what all the lawyers that I've contacted, it's going to cost. It's going to be a lengthy litigation. But at the end of the day, I'm not in it for no income. I'm in it for the outcome. I'm standing on behalf of the millions of other men and women in this country that will be affected if we keep on allowing something like this to happen, for your voices to be silenced, for you to be shut up, for you to be shut down, for you to be banned. And they thought it was a game when they did it to the president of the United States, a sitting president. And now it is happening to regular everyday civilians, and that is not okay. Next, it'll be happening to our children. Somebody got to stand up, and I'm just willing to be one of those that stand up. How is this even legal? I don't care if you're not a government organization. In the name of business, you cannot do anything of that such. And that is not okay. If it is in your terms and agreements, we're going to apply pressure to cause you to make you change your terms and your agreements. or leave your platform? Why not start our own platforms? What is wrong with us that we are so bound to these people who don't mean us well? They do not mean us well. I've never incited violence. I've never incited a riot. Now, injustices, you can march. You can let your voice be heard. There's a lot of things that you can do peacefully. So I'm going to put that out there right now before anybody try to say anything otherwise. When I say stand up, I mean open up your mouth, say something, change laws, raise up these young people to become lawyers and doctors that will fight and stand for us. That is what I'm talking about. And I'm really feeling like I want to get into the political aspect, but like I said, I know you got to raise funding for that. And that's what I need. There's a lot of injustices going on. And this may lose a lot of people or get a lot of people riled up, and I really don't care. My job is to tell the truth. I work for the master, not the masses. I'm not here to say things that will make people feel good. I'm here to speak the truth, no matter what. There's a lot of injustices that are happening. There's a lot of injustices to certain minorities. There's a lot of injustices happening between the police, between their own color, their own kind, the whole BLM, that whole organization. Why is there no help in the communities? I understand going to go buy you a house because you need to get to a safe place so that you can fight without having to fight to get in your house. I understand that. Now, that does not justify what this organization has done and the scandals that is coming out of this organization. That does not justify it, because that money that you went to go buy mansions with could have been used and should have been used into the communities to build art centers, to build resources, to build hubs, to build apartment complexes, to give them a better life so that they make better choices, to bring in educators, not Deepak Chopra, not some spiritualist. No, that is not what they need. They need education. So there is a lot of injustices that are happening. And they say, well, Congress is passing it. If I got to go to Congress, y'all, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And I'm willing to fight. But right now, I need those that will fight with me. I need those that will lift up my arms. Like Moses needed help lifting up his arms. And as long as his arms was lifted, the battle was won. This is not a sales pitch. This is a cry for help. Not only spiritual warfare, but this is warfare. If we don't stand up and stop this, people want to sit around and hear about what's going on instead of getting involved. That is dangerous, to see the sword coming and not take any preventative measures to ensure that you're not a victim of the sword. It's not easy to stand and tell the truth, especially in this society, because the very ones you're trying to liberate, it be the main ones that will try to castrate you, that will try to behead you, that will try to murder you, that will fight against you, that will aid the enemy in attacking you. So it's not easy. There is nothing to gain in this, but I'm not fighting for me. I'm not only fighting for my children or my grandchildren. I am fighting for you. I am fighting for your children and your grandchildren. And I'm bold and I'm courageous enough to do so. I will not be silenced. If you want to help start right there. Could you share this everywhere? This is not a game. This is not a game. It's not about, them not letting you do business. No, this is about free speech. How are you going to stigmatize me and associate and attribute me to being a terrorist? That was the most craziest thing that has ever happened. You can go to board a flight and be put on a terrorist list without your knowledge. for your beliefs, for what you speak about. And last but never least, I don't know if you guys really realize how deep this is. Biden stood in the White House and called on social media platforms to buckle down on misinformation, to go after those spreading misinformation. And you know what misinformation is? Anything that does not fit their narrative. Anything that they are not trying to peddle or push is misinformation. Anything. Anything that is not in alignment with their agenda is misinformation. Even if you mention the gospel that speaks out against certain things, that's misinformation. Brothers, believers, this is coming to a platform near you, a city near you, a state near you. This is not just an injustice being done to me and the many people before. This gotta stop now. I'm asking you, if you don't want to do anything else, could you please share this? That's it. If you need any business services, marketing, if you need any business services whatsoever, you can look me up on all social media handles, see what I have to offer. Go to my website, pioneerspowercircle.com. Pion, Pion dash HEIRS, powercircle.com, pioneerspowercircle.com, and see any services that may benefit you. If you would love to give just a love offering, God is my source and he's my resource. And every single day he meets my needs. And even though we have been greatly affected, spiritually attacked, financially, he still provides all of our needs according to his riches and glory. And that's on a daily basis. Daily, he loads us with benefits. And as long as we got a roof and as long as we got food, we good. And as long as we got life and as long as we got each other. But to be able to try to shut down the plans of God, that's not okay. To be able to try to stop an individual from gaining territory and taking back territory, every kingdom believer, I need your support, whether you know me or not. Go ask the Lord who I am. Do I work for him? Go ask the Lord. This is a cry out, not just for myself. This is a cry out because I spoke the truth about all of this that I'm talking about now. I spoke about it last year even. That's why that whole other channel was just taken down. It's like, no, I think I got 3 strikes within 2 or 3 days. That's how they set me up. So these platforms are not secure. They're not. This one is owned by Meta. And this one over here will censor you as well, shut you down. It's all control. Freedom is not free anymore, especially not in America. If we don't take a stand and say enough is enough, no longer will you take our rights away from us, and we allow you to do so. We're allowing you to take our rights away from us. We're allowing you to take our rights away from our children. We're allowing you. What are we doing in the freest nation in the world? What are we doing? We're sitting back watching Canada and Europe, and we're watching these other places as if. I need y'all support, y'all. I ain't never asked the people, even if you don't know me, like I said, go fact check me with God. He ain't gonna never lie to you about anybody if you ask him. He ain't gonna never lie to you. I give you permission to go ask God. Does this woman work for you? Is what this woman saying, is it true? How can I support her? I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you. Don't allow the enemy to attack me. And don't allow the enemy to attack any others. We are supposed to be our brothers and our sisters' keeper. And it doesn't matter if you believe in my God or even if I believe in your God. We're human beings. This is humanity. And this is not right. And this happened before. Many of you guys know when it happened, when the media was used to silence people. You guys, this is a Hitler 2.0 for real. And they're working overtime to bring division like never before amongst races and nations. We don't need that in this hour. We need to stand, lock hands. I'm pleading. If you can help in any manner, like I said, prayer. I'm ready to go to Congress. It was spoken over my life and I laughed about it. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. It was spoken over my life last year. God's going to use you in politics. I hate politics. I've never been involved in politics. I'm an ambassador of the kingdom. But you know what? At this point, if you need me there, on behalf of your people, I'm willing to go. And no matter what price I got to pay, I'm willing to pay that price. But you know what? I need y'all to uphold me. I need y'all to walk with me. Don't let me walk by myself. Because I'm not walking for myself. Don't let me walk by myself because I'm not walking for myself. That's what I'm asking. If I may serve you in any capacity, then please support me, my business endeavors. If the Lord lays it upon your heart to just give freely, He will be the one that will repay you. If you can share this everywhere, get the message out to everybody. A share don't cost anything. If you know how to get a prayer through, could you please pray for Dr. Tawanna Worlds? And not only me, my family. Not only me, my family. You don't have to know my family to pray for my family to keep us uplifted. If you on Facebook, I'm finna share some information on there. Share that everywhere. Tell everybody. Tawanna is blocked. So that's what I'm asking. I will leave some links in the description over here on YouTube. How to contact me, you guys. I will be using this platform on YouTube in between Instagram until they start acting funny. But they will never silence me. And I will never stop fighting. I am, and many others are, the Martin Luther Kings, the Cesar Chavez's. Many of us are the freedom fighters of our generation. Yes, the other ones have passed away. But the mantle and the baton was passed to us. And God is relying upon us. And other people are relying upon us to make sure that everybody is treated equally. And no injustices are being done to anyone. So I thank you for your time of listening. I thank you in advance for your share. I thank you in advance for your support. When you say you want to get into Congress, you better make sure you squeaky clean. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I have not been in any type of trouble outside of my teenage years and that incident with my children's father. I haven't been in any type of trouble, so they can't smear me. There's nothing to smear me on. I haven't been in any type of trouble whatsoever. I abide by the law. I actually get out here and do a lot of work. And you can fact check that on Google. Google Dr. Tawanna Worlds. You can fact check that on YouTube. Type in Kalilah 79. Kelilah 79. You'll see us in the community giving out food with our children, our small children. We've always been community oriented. I'm not new to this. I'm not somebody just popped up overnight. No, and I will not be silenced. I will fight. I got the heart of the lion of the tribe of Judah. I am bold. I am courageous. I am unafraid. I am unashamed. I am. And I'm willing to fight on behalf of others. The change that I want to see begins in me first and then spreads abroad. So I'm ready But I know, there's a lot that's coming. I can see it now. There's a lot that goes into this paperwork wise, campaigning wise. And I'm not even real. I just want the people to know that you got somebody that's going to fight for you and not play with you, that's serious, that come from the same background that you do, that have been successful by the hand and grace and favor and mercy of God. And that's what I want to show you, that you yourself can be successful as well. I want equality across the board. That's what I want. Equality across the board. No matter your skin color, no matter your race, no matter your religion. Equality across the board. Because at the end of the day, we are all brothers and sisters in the Lord. Whether you believe that or not. We all put on pants the same way. We all lay down the same way. We all wake up the same way. We all eat the same way. Our hands and feet operate the same way. Equality across the board. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing in advance, because I know by faith you will share this. Not because my voice is on here, but because the truth of what's going on is happening. And I will show you. You go look on my social media pages, because I'm going to post it. Give me about an hour. What they deem me as. What they called me. I'm going to post it. Dr. Tawanna Worlds. That's all you got to do is look up Dr. Tawanna Worlds. If you're not on my Facebook, my page is public. I need your help. And I am praying that you will stand with me and fight with me and support me and pray for me and my family as I'm fighting and I'm standing and I'm praying and I'm supporting others that I do know and that I don't know. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. Thank you.